Hello beautiful human beings, I hope that you guys are doing well. So this is going to be a reading, and this time I'm going to be checking what happened to Elisa Lam. Now, if you don't know her case, this is a very haunting one, and I think many of us know about her, heard about her. Basically, I heard about her case a few years ago, not exactly when it happened, but like years later. But I have been thinking about her, and there was a Netflix documentary as well, which I watched like 3 years ago about the Cecil Hotel, and it was a good try, yeah, to present the whole situation as it was an accident, but I'm not buying into that. And again, those of you that are believing in the official narrative, obviously this video is not going to be for you, but it's going to be for those ones that are not buying into official things. Yeah, so a little bit of background info about Elisa Lam if you are not familiar with her case. On February 19th, 2013, the body of a Canadian tourist, Elisa Lam, she was Chinese, was recovered from a large cistern atop the stay of a main hotel in downtown Los Angeles when she had been a guest. She was last seen alive on January 31st and was reported missing by her parents on February 1st. Her body was discovered by a hotel maintenance worker investigating complaints of flooding and low water pressure. Okay, so the security camera released a footage as well of her behaving erratically in a hotel elevator on the day she was last seen alive. The video went viral, and an autopsy performed on February 21st was inconclusive in determining the manner of Lam's death. The LA County Coroner's Office subsequently ruled the death an accident, with bipolar disorder being a significant contributor factor. Of course, there's always some sort of mental illness, and I'm not saying that she doesn't have that, because apparently she did have that. Okay, so long story short, I watched that Netflix documentary. As I said, it was kind of like one-sided because it was trying to portray the whole thing as an accident, as her going absolutely crazy and accidentally by mistake ending up in the water tank. Now, if you have watched my videos about Nicola Bulli, then I talked about their getting in touch with Nicola's spirit, and then she told me a few words. I did that with Elisa as well, and I could feel her energy. I couldn't feel her energy as strongly as I did with Nicola, but I got a few clues, and I want to talk about those clues. I want to talk about a few words, and maybe we can, puzzle the whole thing together. So I was asking her, and then I will get into the reading, and I'm very curious what I'm going to find here. So I was asking Elisa what happened on that day, and she talked about my website. She said my website. I think she was having a social media account. I don't know what was that at that time. I can't remember the name of it. There was a lot of talk about that in the documentary, but I forgot which social media account was that. But she talked about the website, so I believe that whatever happened to her, it is related to that website, or it has some link to that. She kept saying drunken, the word drunken, and at some point she talked about a sexy secured guy. Okay, this is how she told me, sexy secured guy. So there's some guy in the picture. She said also finish runoff. She talked about being grabbed. She talked about sexual stuff as well, and she kept saying seduction and secured. Okay, so these were her words that she kept repeating. And then I was asking, who is the sexy secured guy? And she talked about men. She used a few medical expressions which I couldn't really understand, so she kept using medical expressions. I don't know why. Also, she talked about some research. She talked about sects. Now, a sect, what is a sect? A sect is kind of like a cult. And then she said something about sexy succubus. Now, I looked that up because I never heard that word. I never heard about that, a succubus. yeah, or succubus, I don't know how you pronounce it. And apparently a succubus is a female demon popularized in religious folklore and mythology. The succubus demon was believed to be sexual in nature, appearing to men in dreams or in the physical world to seduce them, steal their energy, and in some cases kill them. Succubi, or succubi, I don't know, and their male counterparts, the incubi, were nocturnal figures of sexual terror in folklore and mythology, popular in medieval religious communities. That's very interesting because I never heard about that particular demon. So that's very interesting that she told me that. So I don't know what is the significance about that, but there's some sexual stuff here involved. So I can feel that intuitively, and I'm 100% sure that there was something around like sexual things, maybe even like a sexual ritual. Okay, she kept saying secured, secured. She talked about the jumping, boundaries, and she kept talking about crime and people that are committing crime. So criminals, yeah, she kept saying that as well. She talked about bullies, butterfly bullies secured. Not sure what that means. What else? Yeah, and I was asking her who killed you, and she talked about a brunch. So I believe that she did have a brunch with someone, I'm not sure. And then she kept talking about a nicotine, finishing something, finishing. And then she kept saying building. And at some point she was saying that killed, secured, bully. So I believe that she was talking about a bully and probably certain people that are kind of like bullies that are being involved in her death. And then she kept talking about blood, secured. So this is the word that she kept repeating, that someone is secured here, some people are secured here, and even like money secured. Now what I found very interesting is that she also mentioned Bumble. Now Bumble is a website, kind of like a dating website, and I believe what she meant was something similar to that, because at that time, back in 2013, I don't think there was Bumble. I don't think there was such a website, or who knows. But I believe that she meant something on the internet. And then she referred to that to me later on as well. So there's some reference to the internet and social media here. What else she said? She also said something about the current job, and then sending murder, cutting building. So she kept talking about the building. There's something around the building. She talked about students, so I believe that she meant that she was a student. And then she mentioned to me March, as the month of March. So there's something that probably happened, like, because she disappeared at the end of January and then she was found 2 weeks later in February. But she kept talking about March, and then she mentioned to me February as well. Okay, she kept talking about infants. So I don't know what that means, but there's something about infants because she kept repeating that word. And what I was asking her if it was an accidental drowning. And there was a word that she also kept repeating over and over again, kind of like wedding. Okay, she told me that in Hungarian, but it means wedding, or it means marriage. So there's something around the marriage. So maybe the people that were involved in this were married, not 100% what that means. So when I was asking her, was it an accidental drowning? What she told me was building. Okay, so she kept repeating that. And she said at some point that victims jumped, sending bombed secrecy. That's very weird. But she mentioned jumping and bumping into someone, jumping and bumping. And then she kept talking about punishment. So someone wanted to punish someone, or someone was punished by someone. And she kept saying also chatting, okay, chatting with someone. What else? Let me see. Okay, then I was asking her, how did you get into the water tank? And what she told me was something around criminal stuff, criminals, crime. And then she kept saying seventh. So there's something around the number 7, because she kept mentioning that as I was communicating with her or getting in touch with her energy. Also, she said murder. So that's why I don't believe that it was an accident that she got into the water tank. She said murder. And then she mentioned the brunch again, and she said killed. And she talked about bullies as well. So there's something about bullies, and then she mentioned a community as well. Okay, so there's a community in the building, or there's a community, or what she meant was that there are multiple people that are involved in this. I'm not sure, but then I asked her, how many people killed you? And she talked about the building, and she kept saying seventh. So she didn't say 7, but something is the 7th. All right. Where did you die? Then I asked her. So I have like written down in front of me. That's why I'm looking at my iPad. So I wanted to get a particular, I don't know, was she killed or did she die in a room? But all I could get from her was building. So she died in the building. She talked about punishment again. She talked about knowing someone, so I believe that she knew those people. And she talked about being teased and being like kidding. And she talked about the facility as well. I believe that by the facility, she meant the hotel. She also said that they are like known people or someone that she knew, because she kept saying no, I know, or I knew. And what I found super interesting here is that she talked about a conversation. She talked about a community. So like having a conversation, having like some chatting, doing some chatting conversation. This is what she said. And she also talked about the security. And I didn't know what she meant, but my first thought was the hotel security. And she talked about some friends and wanting to punish the friends, and then building and security. So I asked her, did the management know what happened to you? And she talked about a particular angle. She talked about the keyboard. So I do believe that the footage that we saw is being tampered with, and the angle is being tampered with, because there's a footage in the elevator that is very weird here. And I do believe that there was a part of that particular footage that was cut off. Okay, so when I asked her, did the management know what happened to you? What she said was security. Okay, so I do believe that the security of the building knew about what happened to her, or probably knew those people. But she talked about also the venture. She talked about hospitality, kind of like the impression that she gave me was that for the sake of the hospitality and the guests and whatever, certain things were ignored. So this is the impression that she gave me. Okay, she also talked about feminine energy. And she talked about something that was an internal thing. And she kept saying secrets. So there are some secrets there. And I believe that there are people there in the building and in the management and security or whatever that know about what happened there. I did ask her what happened in the lift. Who did you hide from? Who were you hiding from? And she told me men. She told me drinkers, and someone that was drunk. This is not the first time that she talked about being drunk. So someone was drunk, and she said to me, catfish. Now catfish, again, that was something that is related to social media, I believe. So maybe someone in the building, or who was a guest there, or someone that is being involved in her death is someone that she knew from social media. This is the impression that I'm getting, because a catfish means someone who fakes their identity on the internet, right? She talked about men, and she talked about e-board. So that particular person or the man that she was hiding from were from an e-board, like an executive board from a particular company. So I believe that they were well-known people or important people again. And then at some point she mentioned mysteries. She mentioned that she knows, like knowing those people. She said honeycomb hotels. That's very interesting as well. Okay. And my last question to her was, why did they kill you? And all that she told me was a submissive text. She talked about dreams and knowing, again, like knowing those people. She said buildings and bindings. So buildings and bindings. She talked about symptoms. So maybe like her symptoms, her bipolar symptoms, whatever. And again, she talked about finishing. She talked about neighborhood and chatting with someone. Obviously, when I asked her why did they kill you or what was the motive, she also said cynicism and drugs. Okay? So maybe her symptoms were playing a part in her disappearance. Maybe they were playing a part in her death. I'm not sure. But there's something around a catfish here, social media, and man. Okay? But then she also mentioned feminine energy. So I'm not sure if there's a feminine energy that is also involved, or she talked about her own feminine energy and some sexual stuff and some seduction. Okay? All right. That's enough intro. I just wanted to share the clues, and let's get into the reading. Let's see what I'm gonna get here. Okay, so Elisa Lam. What happened with Elisa Lam? What happened? Okay, death. What happened with Elisa Lam? 1 second. 9 of Wands. So what happened, Spirit, to Elisa Lam? Or Elisa, tell us what happened to you. Okay, we have 9 of Swords. 1 second, let me just put the cards so I can see them properly. 9 of Pentacles. Oops, sorry. 1 second. 8 of Wands, and the bottom of the deck we have 5 of Cups. All right. So 5 of Cups is talking about processing of something, kind of like picking up the pieces after something. So it does feel to me, yeah, the 5 of Cups normally is that energy of when something happens, something dramatic, and then we have to pick up the pieces, like the aftermath of something. But I will have to check what was the energy that was leading to whatever happened on that particular day or that particular night. So I'm gonna do that a little bit later. Okay, so we have her death, yeah, and there's a slowing down of the energies with the 8 of Wands, or there's a slowing down of a particular information here. With the 9 of Wands, I feel like she needed to defend herself. So in a sense, she knew what is going to happen to her. And the 9 of Swords is like, it can be an acceleration of that energy of anxiety and that energy of whatever bipolar disorder or whatever she was diagnosed with. But it does seem to me like she wants to get rid of that, or someone wants to get rid of her. But there's an acceleration of energies when it comes to how she's feeling on that particular night or on that particular day. And the 9 of Pentacles reverse is talking about multiple people. Okay, the 9 of Pentacles can be a person that is acting by themselves when it's upright, but it's reversed. So that is making me feel like there are multiple people here. But there's a slowing down of energies on that night, and I'm not sure what that means. Okay, let me ask about the 8 of Wands and clarifying that. Because with the 6 of Wands, 8 of Cups. Okay, 6 of Wands is feeling like a failure or losing in something, but then having to defend herself as well. And 8 of Wands is being unable to escape. Okay, so Eight of Wands is slowing down of the energies, and then I clarified it, and Eight of Cups is being unable to escape or being unable to walk away or to run away from the situation. She talked about jumping. Okay, 1 second. Spirit, what else you can say? Okay, we have this one. We have the Three of Pentacles. So Three of Pentacles is reversed, and that is giving me the impression that there were 3 people here, and then probably 3 men. Now, the Three of Pentacles is my card of, you all know, who is watching my videos, is secret societies, and she talked about actually a sect, which is like a cult. And that doesn't necessarily mean that there's a particular cult that is being involved here, but that can mean that there's a cult-like energy. Okay, there's a community here, because she kept saying community. So I believe that there are people that know about what happened in the building as well, as I said, but there are at least 3 people here. Please clarify the Eight of Wands reversed, Spirit. Okay, we have Page of Pentacles, we have Two of Swords. Yeah, there's an inability here to escape something. And it does feel to me like she wants to run away, but she doesn't know how to do that. Two of Swords is not seeing what is going on, being blocked. Why am I getting the impression that someone is making her, and is making her symptoms to be more aggravated, to be more accentuated? Like there's something around her mental situation and the way that she's feeling, and someone is making her to feel very paranoid almost. So this is a very complex case, because if I was looking at this particular, reading and the cards, I would say that she was very paranoid. I would say that she wants to run away from her own thoughts and her own mental state, and she doesn't know how to escape that. But she told me that this wasn't an accident. And because we have the Three of Pentacles here and being unable to escape, that is making me also believe that someone is making her to feel like that. Someone is making her paranoid. And there's a saying, if you are paranoid, that doesn't mean that they are not after you. Okay, so she has all the reasons to be paranoid about something. King of Cups, so that's a masculine energy. Okay, Spirit, please clarify the masculine energy, the Nine of Cups, sorry, King of Cups. Please clarify the King of Cups. Seven of Cups, illusions. Someone is making her to lose her mind. And she's prone to that already because she has or whatever disorder, and she's battling maybe with depression, with stuff like that. But someone is making her on purpose to be like that. Okay, let's check the energies that were leading to her death. So that's why this case is so complex, because if you're looking at this case and you're looking at her background and history of mental illness, it's very easy to say that, oh, it was an accidental drowning, and who knows what she was hallucinating or whatever she was thinking, and then she got herself, by mistake in the water tank. But no, there's some people that are in the picture, because she was talking about men. So the energies that are leading up to her death, Spirit, what are the energies that are leading up to her death? Okay, we have Knight of Wands, we have the Empress, Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor reversed. The energies that were leading to her death. Six of Swords. Okay, the Six of Swords is indicating the internet. Okay, it is also indicating traveling. So traveling and the internet. There's a King of Pentacles here, and there's this Emperor energy, which is a strong masculine energy that is kind of upside down, that is kind of screwed, I mean, effed up, because this energy is very manipulative. It is very narcissistic as well. The Emperor reverse normally is a male figure, is a father figure almost, but a male figure, a masculine energy. And the King of Pentacles is also someone that is very materialistic, very corrupt. It can be someone that is a rich person or has an influence, but it can be an influential person. Okay, Emperor reversed, King of Pentacles reversed. I can sense like a material things, a material energy here, something materialistic here, something corrupt here. And the Emperor is a manipulative person that otherwise is a very weak individual, but is able to commit lots of things. So I can totally understand why she was mentioning crime and criminals, because I can sense this criminal energy here with that masculine energy. Okay, we have the Empress that can talk about her own energy and that feminine energy that she mentioned, that maybe she was possessing certain feminine qualities and certain feminine energies that was made her to be susceptible to this particular energy. There's something that happened on the internet, and that there was something also that was related to traveling, to her traveling from Canada to Los Angeles. And we have the Queen of Wands as well. Now I checked when she was born, and she was born on the April 30th, 1991. So she was 21 years old when she died. So she was a Taurus. That's the Empress energy. But we have the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands, which is meaning that she is a super passionate someone. So she was super passionate also to travel and very enthusiastic to travel. So even though she was battling with mental illness, she did have the willpower and she did have that passion to want to travel. So she did have that curiosity as any 21-year-old to want to travel and to see, you know, the important spots of the US. I don't know where she was before that. I think she traveled to other cities as well. So LA wasn't her only destination, from what I understood from that documentary, from what I remember. And she was a hard-working student. She was a hard-working person, very enthusiastic, very intelligent as well. The Empress energy is definitely her energy, and she had a lot of fire in her. She had a lot of fire probably in her chart, I'm not sure. But I can sense that she was a very fiery person. She can be an impulsive person as well, but definitely very passionate. So I don't see her traveling somewhere and then all of a sudden just going crazy and ending up in a water tank with no reason. So something happened in that hotel that is related to the internet and related to a male as well that she talked to on the internet, who was probably a catfish, that was in the hotel or knew that she was staying in the hotel. Okay, but there's an energy in that hotel. There can be a residual energy as well that made her to have those feelings, and someone made her paranoid. Maybe she was gaslit as well, but I'm sensing some sort of gaslighting. Okay, any other energies leading up to her death? So the person that is involved knew that she was staying in the hotel. Okay, Four of Swords, Six of Pentacles. I'm doing something for you, you are doing something for me. So there is some sort of, I would say, arrangement here or agreement here, maybe to meet up in the hotel or to meet up in LA or to meet up with someone. We have the Four of Swords reversed, which is meaning that instead of me staying where I am and where I'm safe, I need to do something. There's this urge to act, there's this urge to meet someone, even though my intuition is telling me that I should rest. Okay, this is always reminding me of a person that is supposed to rest, is supposed to take some time off for themselves, but they are not doing that because they feel like, oh, they need to act. or they are not giving themselves the permission to do that. So what I believe here with Elisa is that she had a strong intuition, and her intuition was telling her that something was off, but she didn't listen to that intuition. What is that Four of Swords energy? What is that she wanted to do? Why did she feel like she needed to act? Okay, Nine of Pentacles. So that is money, actually. But that is also like, can talk about a solo travel. Did she travel solo? Five of Cups reversed. Justice. Eight of Cups. This is traveling. So she did have the urge to travel. She was very curious about that. And there's some sort of karmic situation here with the Justice, I feel like. There's some sort of a payback. As I said, like Six of Pentacles, I'm giving you something, you are giving me something back. We are agreeing on something, and the Justice is again like sort of like a contract. To be fair, like when I saw the Six of Pentacles, the first thing that came into my mind was a contract. There's some sort of contract here. Okay, this is gonna be a long reading, and I feel like I will need to do another one. Okay, Nine of Wands. So I will do like a continuation of this particular reading. Hermit. Yeah, this is talking about solitude, being by herself, or just being a person that is introverted. She's an introverted person. She liked doing things by herself, and I believe that she was traveling solo. But to me, she was talking about a friend and the need to defend herself. There's a friend sort of person here from the internet who she met, or who she trusted in a sense, and she had an arrangement agreement with that person. This is how I'm reading this. Knight of Pentacles. That can be her energy. But this can be also a male very patiently waiting for something. I don't know if the person did that, who she talked to, or that person is being involved in something, or knows certain people that did what they did. Okay, let me pull some cards from this Occult Tarot. 1 second. And I will pull some from the Dark Mirror, and I will finish this because I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, the energies that led to her death. We have King of Cups. There's a King of Cups energy that came out. Teaches astronomy and liberal arts. Brings good familiars. This is a person that she knew. There's a person here that she knew. And we have Phoenix, Queen of Cups, reversed, which is Scorpio energy. Teaches all sciences, performs wonderful poetry, follows all requests with excellence. She did have a very, very good talent to put things into words, I believe, because she did have that social media account where she shared lots of things. This was coming out reversed. So there's something related to what she shared on social media about her struggles also. And this is saying that follows all requests with excellence. There was a request here. Either she requested someone to help her with something, or she was asked by someone to do something. Oops, okay, too many cards. Let me take this one. Andromalius, Seven of Swords. Returns items and punishes thieves. Reveals hidden treasures. This one came out reversed. Someone was punished. She kept saying that to me. Punished. They wanted to punish her. I don't know. This is what I'm feeling. But I don't know why. Because she kept telling me that being punished, or wanting to punish, or stuff like that. And Seven of Swords is like Is that trickster energy, that person, you know, like the person is a thief, person is hiding, always being represented by that. Okay, so Elisa Lam spirit, what is that you can say about her sacrifice? There's a cult-like energy here, but I don't know if there's a direct involvement with a cult. I mean, from those people's side that did what they did, or just the energies are very similar to that. Alone in the world, yeah. She was very alone, very like solo. Is this me? I do believe that something was making her paranoid. Something was making her absolutely paranoid. But this sacrifice here, envious gluttony. Envious gluttony. Yeah, this card is very unpleasant here, because this is talking about, and as you can see, like some people, today for tomorrow, this is a trade-off. This is like a trade-off. You know what this card is reminding me of? The Shining, if you have seen the movie or you have read the book. Because I think the little boy in the book was seeing twins, and this almost looks like those twins in the hotel. Today for tomorrow, there's a sort of a sacrifice here, really. I give you something, you give me something. There was a trade-off here. And this envious gluttony is, what this is reminding me is her own intuition, that she was ignoring something. She was ignoring what her intuition was telling her, because she knew and she could feel that something is off. She was very intuitive and very psychic, I feel like. Okay, and then that bipolar disorder obviously is like coming from childhood trauma, or who knows what sort of upbringing she had. But what I'm feeling is that she had psychic abilities, and she could pick up on the energy of the hotel. She could sense the residual energy in that hotel. There's something about the hotel that made her to be paranoid, but there were also some people that were there as well. And then she talked about some binding energies, I believe, that she could feel in the hotel. Okay, I will need to go deeper with this reading, because I don't want to make this video too long. But yeah, definitely she wasn't only paranoid, I think they were after her. But it's easy to label someone as mentally ill and accidental, whatever, to happen to someone when someone can sense the energies. Yeah, and she was anxious as well. Yeah, I will need to dig deeper into this case. Alright guys, so I hope this resonated or made sense. Please give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you want to book a personal reading, you will find information in the description box. If you want to support my work, there's a PayPal link down there. You can also buy me a coffee. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for everyone's support. You guys are amazing. Love you all. And I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye.